everyone, I'm back with a new video, and today I'm doing a model kit showcase, if you will. Not really a review, mainly just because I just don't, just something about it just feels like where it isn't really proper. Something about this just doesn't feel like it's the proper circumstances to justify making a figure review for these, and that is the Blokees model kits for the Champion Class Marvel Rivals Spider-Man and Champion Class Marvel Rivals Jeff. And honestly, these are pretty fun, I will say. But that out of the way, let me get the figures out with their accessories and just show them off one at a time. I'll start off with Spider-Man. Now, here is Spider-Man with, everything that he comes with in the box, which is the figure, 2 separate hands, a web arm, and a web accessory, a web slinging accessory. And here he is out of the box. He looks really good, insanely accurate to the actual Marvel Rivals design, which there's a picture of on the side. So let me just put this guy to the side, so that way you guys can get a good look. And the accuracy on there are small differences here and there that they didn't put into account, or just didn't do for the sake of just not pricing up the figure, I guess, or model kit. But either way, it looks pretty good. And swap out relatively simply. You just pull the fist out of the peg and either just plug in these open hands or flipped hands. And it is also relatively similar with the web accessory, and that's another problem I have with this figure. Oh my god. Yep. There's a problem of falling apart whenever I try doing anything with this arm. It could have been something with the building process where I just weakened it or something, but anyway. Boom. Shooting webs up in your face. Anyway. This figure did take me about like an hour and a half to build, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do like this guy. For 20 bucks, I honestly think he's worth it. Let me show off his articulation. So he can look this far down, this far up, can tilt his head, can look side to side, practically 360 if you wanted him to. Abs can crunch that far and can bend pretty good. Arm goes out, and this part is a bit separated, which would be a little bit annoying, but I guess that does make it so that we can have an easier time putting the arm out, and you can rotate the arm, and then there's a little butterfly going. Little butterfly going. Well, not little, but it does only give a small range. Anyway, then this far, and then if you were paying attention, that sounded just rude. Anyway, if you were looking closely earlier, hinge joint on the hand, which allows for a swivel. And that's about it for the torso. The legs on a pull down thing, or pull down ball joints, so you can put that out to make a full 360. You can also just make it do a base kick, or without pulling it down, and it only just moves a little bit. But yeah, full kick, bend this much in. It has a foot can go down this much, up this much, and a literal 90-degree toe bend. Honestly, this guy, not too bad, but I would prefer a little more. Oh yeah, also, exclusive to this arm is the web arm that I mentioned. Boom. It allows for same level of bend as the first one, or as normal. I'm tired of this figure, dude. I'm already tired of it. It's just that this one specifically keeps on falling apart. I'm doing this one and Jeff specifically because, well, one, I like Jeff, and two, Spider-Man Brainer Day is coming up, and I do want to review some sort of model kit right now, but I also want to do one that's Spider-Man related, and this is the only Spider-Man related one that I have. So, that aside, figure is pretty good. Let me get all the Spider-Man stuff out of the way so I can talk more positively about Jeff. I do like him a little more. A lot more, actually. Now, here's Jeff in all of his glory. He doesn't come with too much out of the box. He is mainly just him himself. These 3 accessories right here, tongues, a water effect for his to recreate his primary fire in Rivals, and an extra set of eyes in case the peepers that are already in there aren't exactly to your liking. And first off, this little boy. He looks sweet as pie. He looks sweet as desserts. He's King Von reincarnated. Anyway, I do like this guy a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it. He's really cool. Then also, he's really the only articulated Jeff on the market, when I've been wanting one for a little while now, so... Because Marvel Legends decided to make a Jeff and Venom 2-pack, and of all things to do with it, they decided to make the Jeff that included with it non-articulated. Maybe a ball joint for the head, because it did include other face plates and stuff, like where you could pull out this part right here, unlike the Marvel Legends one, and then just replace it with like another face it came with, but that was literally that was it. For Marvel Legends, they decided to make that it. They had the golden opportunity to make me buy my first Marvel Legends. I don't know, maybe I bought Marvel Legends, I know it's younger, but like buy a modern Marvel Legends. They had the perfect opportunity to make me buy a modern Marvel Legends, and they squandered it. And now Blokees has my money. And I'm not sorry about that. Anyway, this guy looks incredibly detailed. not really much to say besides he looks really good, looks fantastic, split details. There was enough trays and splitting parts to make it where it could create that split effect that you see on the bottom of his belly. And then I guess I just show off the accessories, starting with pulling out the fin. This water effect piece, and then you can recreate Jeff doing his hide and seek. Also, I hope other people out there also know Jeff players in this kit in Marvel Rivals may make him a little bit of a King Von reincarnate in the game, but outside of it, he is a cute little Rains of Sunshine. And that is recreated in the fact that whenever he does his hide and seek, he does himself actually sing the Jaws theme song. Anyway, mouth, gotta do a little bit of a spoiler for articulation. Mouth opens. You can open it fully. It is a little hard for me to close it back up, so what I do, if you have trouble like me, is just pop out the head, which isn't too hard because it's just on a single ball joint peg, and then just simply push that in, and then close it. But then aside, the other three accessories are little tongue, and it does have a little bit of range in terms of, at least this one, tiny bit of up and down, a little bit of side to side, and then the even more tongue out. I'm having him recreating that one tongue thing that Flight does, that Flight Reacts does. Anyway, two things aside, and then this one also just plugs in like so. Boom. Wow. Anyway, I think this is literally the best Jeff on the market, since it's literally the only articulated one. Well, unless you're okay with non-posable ones, because then you could go with the Marvel Legends, but then if you're wanting non-articulated, I'd say just go for the Hot Toys one that went on pre-order recently, because then that one would be not only bigger, but also much more detailed and much more high quality. But that aside, ball joint at the head, every ball joint can be. Little hinge joint at the Jeff name tag on his collar. Be careful, sometimes it can just pop off if you move it around like a monkey. And then two ball joints at the tail, so you can curve it a little bit. Not too shabby, but not bad, but also not the best that I would like. But then again, this guy is really on the smaller side, so I can't really complain too much. And he was $20. And then front arm can go out this much, and then in that much, and then hinge joint swivel, and the hinge joint can go forward and back, and then ball joint at the little footsies. Oh. accidentally pulled out the paw, the actual bottom part of the paw. So yeah, it's the same way for the other front. And then you can also go out. But this one has more back movement than it is front, but that's also because it's hind legs, or hind legs. Anyway, another ball joint, swivel there. Okay, come on, let me swivel the paw, not the hind leg itself. Anyway, there we go. I think I showed that off. Anyway, that's the guy in the full glory. I'll move everything out of the side and then put some sort of cool pose for these guys, and then give my final verdict. So, before I give my final verdict, actually, I gotta do size comparisons. This guy is a little bit under 5 3/4 inches. And then Jeff Boy is like 2.5, yeah, and just a little smidge above 2.5 inches from the fin. These figures are not too big, but let me bring out some of the other figures in my collection for size comparison. Here they are next to Godzilla, Superman, Spider-Man 2099, and Goku. So, final verdict, pretty cool Blokees kits to get for $20. I mean, I think I fucked up something when building the bicep for Spider-Man. That's why they keep falling apart. Yeah. That aside, pretty cool. Yeah, not really much else to say because I don't really want to give them like a score or like a review on like actual model kits. So, although if I was 5 out of 5 for Jeff, and then honestly a bit of a 4 out of 5 for Spike. Yeah, 4 out of 5 because it would have been nice if they upped his price from $20 a little bit, so that way he could at least come with a stand. Just like a simple stand, because like he's known for swinging around, doing stuff in the air. It would have been nice to include a stand, so that way, you know, you could have him in aerial poses, swinging poses, fighting poses with one or both of his feet off the ground, anything like that. Yeah, I guess I'll technically just make this a review anyway, just because these... Although, next video I do plan on reviewing figures, or Blokees model kits that I'm not too, like, caring about, so I'm just, like, not gonna make those full-on reviews, I'm just gonna make those showcases. But, that aside, moving on, these figures are pretty cool. They're nice. There is areas where there are a lack of details, like with Spider-Man, but again, these are model kits, and cheap ones at that, so there is literal encouragement to do your own modifying to these if you wanted. Or if you had the materials, you can do, like, paint these up. Like, say, for example, all the red on Spidey has these indented lines or like grooves to be line indents, web lines, and that's because those are colored black in game. So, it's like they are literally enticing you right then and there with that, especially like to like, grab some sort of thin black marker or something like that and make a full-on like color in all the web lines. That's all. Anyway, that's it for the video. See you all later. Bye bye. Hopefully tomorrow.